Hello YouTube, this is Russian Torts here, and today's episode of Exotic Pet Facts is gonna be on the budgie, or parakeet as many people like to call them, even though parakeet is wrong because that's just a name for a subspecies. A bunch of other parrots are parakeets as well. These guys are budgerigars, or yeah, budgerigars. Really difficult to pronounce. Anyways, these guys are found in Australia in the wild, and they're naturally this green and yellow color of the guy on the left here, so get around him, you can see that's the natural color. And there's two different kinds of budgerigars bred right now. There's the wild budgie, which is just like these guys, they're smaller, and then there's the English budgie, which is pretty much just a fat version of the budgie. The budgies were first recorded in 1805. I don't know by who, but some explorer obviously who went to Australia. They fly in humongous flocks, so flocks of over 100 budgies, and like all parrots are flock animals, right? Breeding in captivity started around the 1850s, and that's when these color mutations started to be bred, because in the wild these guys wouldn't have a chance to survive. The blue guy here, he'd be so visible to predators, he'd be eaten right away, which is why they have this green, yellow, black color combination to blend in with the surroundings. For care, you're gonna want to have at least 2 budgies, because like all parrots, you can't keep them on their own. They're gonna become lonely and die unless you have to take care of them 24 hours a day, which is impossible. The cage needs to be at least 60 by 40 by 40 centimeters for 2 budgies, because and the 60 centimeters can't be the height, it needs to be the length, because obviously they're not helicopters, they're more like little planes. It's obvious they're going to need water and food dishes, like we have in here, toys so that they don't get bored, a cuddle bone for calcium for their bones and to grind their beak down, different sized perches to exercise their feet. So right now we only have these 2 perches are the same, but as you can see, this thing up here, it's a different size and it's a different material, so it's good for their feet. They need outside time for their cage, which they have right now, to walk around. These guys have their wings clipped so they don't fly off. But if you don't have your budgie's wings clipped, you can just have them flying in your room. You need to make the room bird safe first so they don't injure themselves, which is like covering the outlets, covering the windows, that kind of stuff. As for their diet, the main part of the diet is going to be a seed mix, but you want to supplement that with vegetables each day, because it's not healthy to just eat the same thing every day, all day. So this was kind of a different episode of Exotic Pet Facts, but the main reason is I wanted to show you guys these budgies, as they are kind of tame, not really, but they're okay with being picked up. The other budgies we have here are not. It's because these guys were hand raised, so they're really adorable. The blue guy is a lot better than the green guy. And he whistles really nicely. Alright, so I'm gonna let him fly back. Oh. As I said, wings clip. These guys don't fly that far. They just hop. Alright, so that was another episode of Exotic Pet Facts. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below.